What's going on, guys? RJ Game News USA here. Today, we're going to be talking about Skip Bayless and the FS1 lawsuit. We're going to go read an article, and we're going to discuss as we go through it. It's by onpatterson.com. So we're going to read through, and we're going to react to this news about Skip and FS1. So, Nushin Faraji is a former hairstylist for Fox in various capacities from 2012 to 2024, filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles, California against the network and Skip Bayless, on-air personality Joy Taylor and Charlie Dixon, the executive vice president of content. AJ Perez and Michael McCarthy of Front Office Sports obtained the 42-page lawsuit. We'll highlight some of the major takeaways below, focusing primarily on Bayless. Any bolding is done to highlight particularly notable moments in the lawsuit. This is not the entirety of the suit. Alright, so we're going to get right into some of these details. As Miss Faraji was standing near the bar, facing the crowd, Mr. Dixon approached her. He asked the bartender for a drink and then placed his arm on Miss Faraji's lower back. He asked how she was doing, if she was having fun. Now, break. I'm going to ask you, the audience, how are you doing? Are you having fun? Hit the subscribe button. Let's continue. Miss Faraji felt very awkward by his unsolicited touching and responded, "No, thank you." Okay, so far, we're all good. We're all above board, right? He made an advance. I'm not the type of person that's going to cancel culture someone over the initial move. Like, women want guys to make the move. So, now, if they say no thank you, it means no, dipshit. Mr. Dixon then moved his hand lower and started rubbing her body and grabbing her ass. Miss Faraji was mortified, but quickly thought to take an incoming call to escape the situation. Miss Faraji did not know who to turn to, but as she knew, Miss Taylor was sleeping with Mr. Dixon. So, Joy Taylor, we're talking about the sister of the famous football player Jason Taylor, the on-air personality FS1. She slept her way up through the company, as you're going to see in this this article here. And so Faraji thought, I'm going to go to Miss Taylor for advice, right? Well, Joy Taylor, the liberal that she is, gave her the advice to just get over it and explain that she herself only had her job because of Mr. Dixon, and that Miss Faraji only had her job because Miss Taylor requested it. So she's saying, hey, I only have my job because I slept with Dixon, and you only have your job because of me. So we gotta do what this guy says. Disgusting. She warned that Mr. Dixon could take both away. It's a threat directly right there about your employment for not doing sexual favors. Several years into Miss Faraji's tenure at Fox. Now, I'm going to say this, though. I'm going to say this. I will say I've read through the article, obviously, already a few times. I do believe Miss Faraji's story. It makes sense. It checks out. But you do have to wonder, why do you stay at that company? You do have to ask the question. It's an uncomfortable question. Maybe you feel you can't find the job. But you've been there for years. At some point, you're also culpable for your continuing to work for the assholes. That'd be like if Boogie or Wings got mad at Keemstar now for all the shit he's done, but yet the whole time you were working with it. You know what I mean? Like, it don't check out. You know? But either way, maybe she just wanted a healthy work environment. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask for someone just to go to work without being sexually advanced on? You know. But anyway, several years into Miss Faraji's tenure at Fox, a female talent member, Anonymous, hired by Miss Faraji to do her hair at her house for an awards show, Anonymous asked that Miss Faraji meet her for lunch first. There, Anonymous told Miss Faraji that she would no longer be with Fox as Mr. Dixon told her that she would need to have sex with him if she wanted to renew her contract, but she had refused. So, she's under contract, and Anonymous is sent out to be the messenger. Have sex with Dixon, or you're not getting renewed. That simple. Clear and obvious workplace violation, without a doubt. Anonymous further conveyed that Mr. Dixon was doing this to other women talent. She would warn Miss Taylor to be careful, and a talk show host had recently reported Mr. Dixon. So again, the rich, the powerful, the man in power, you know, using his influence to solicit sex at his place of employment. My guy, if you're already rich, you don't have to do that. The women and the gold diggers will come find you, brother. You don't have to go after women that are working for you. It's awkward. It could ruin your career. It's not right. We'll start with that. But anyway, let's continue. After the reporting by the talk show host fell on deaf ears, Mr. Bayless began requesting that Miss Faraji gave him a haircut once a week. Okay. How many of you all get a haircut once a week? That's ridiculous. That's absurd. I understand you're on TV, but my God, once a week is a little excessive, don't you think? And even if you were going to do that, it shouldn't be that long of a haircut. I don't know, I'm the type that will shave my head entirely bald, and then I will not cut it again until it's almost shoulder length. Like, over a year later. You know, I'm the type that will grow the beard out till I can't stand it anymore, and then go baby face. That's just me. Mr. Bayless began finding excuses to touch Miss Faraji. He would give her lingering hugs after each haircut. Again, it's a fucking haircut you do once a week. It's standard procedure. Why do you have to hug after that? Was this some kind of a emotional experience? You know what I mean? That you just got your hair trimmed, that you needed to hug her up for minutes on end, oogling over her when you're twice her age. Pathetic, disgusting. He's a married man as well. Miss Faraji was uncomfortable by the physical contact and would make excuses to leave right after the haircuts. Yes, she was sending the signal she was uncomfortable. Bayless didn't care. He rarely does care about people in general. He's a selfish prick. If you watch any of his FS1 episodes, one thing I could say, at least Shannon Sharp seems like he cares about people a little more. Yeah, he's a stuck-up athlete type, but it seems like he's more down to earth. Skip Bayless pretends he is, but he has a stuck-up, snobby attitude that you just can see right through. In approximately summer 2017, while Miss Faraji was giving Mr. Bayless a haircut, he told her that she was voluptuous. Has English as her second language, and she was not familiar with the word, Miss Faraji asked what that meant. Mr. Bayless seemed amused and told her to figure it out. Miss Faraji later asked a coworker what the word meant and was mortified. Okay, there is a little bit too much pearl clutching going on. Okay, a little bit, I will say. You call a woman voluptuous, you're mortified. Come on, that's pearl clutching. Look, I understand, not the lingering hugs, not the touching of the ass, not the repeated advances sexually, not the threatening your job, but you being called voluptuous, it's a compliment, but it does add to the pattern of behavior. But we don't need a pearl clutch over words. We need to get serious about actions. We need to unleash on the bullshit that occurred. And this line really could have been just stripped from the article, honestly. Mr. Bayless seemed amused and told her... Oh, wait, I already said that. Miss Faraji continually declined Mr. Bayless's advances, stating she did not date at work and she is a single mom and needed her job. In approximately summer of 2018, Miss Taylor was moved from Undisputed to the Herd with Colin Cowherd. Joy Taylor again requested Faraji to do her hair. Colin Cowherd also requested Faraji to do his hair. Thus, every day Faraji would do Bayless's hair for Undisputed, and then would do Joy's hair and Colin's hair for the Herd. Throughout the entire tenure at Fox, Colin Cowherd was professional and respectful to Faraji and her co-workers. And that actually surprises me. You know, one thing I can say is I used to think Colin Cowherd was a prick. But honestly, the more I watch the guy, his mannerisms as far as like just speaking his mind and just laying it out there, but in a professional manner, is kind of how I would do things if I did sports 24/7 on this channel, which I don't. Sports is just a side hobby. But I would expect, you know, him to be a prick behind the scenes. Luckily, he's not. Same with me. I'm not a prick behind the scenes. I swear, guys, I could be a prick on air. I'm not a prick behind the scenes. So I can respect Cowherd for that. Skip is the same prick you see on TV that you see off the scenes. That's the difference. Over the years, Bayless continued to make advances on Faraji. Lingering hugs, kisses on the cheek, inappropriate comments that he could change her life if she acquiesced to having sex. So hard up for it, man. Get a hooker. Get a hooker, if anything. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you trying to leave your wife? This seems more than just a random sexual encounter. It seems like he wanted to even more than the sex, and he wanted to leave his wife. Faraji would also make excuses regarding her son, politely change the subject, or make a joke. Anything to keep Bayless appeased and her job safe. She was kind of running and hiding, playing prevent defense, just trying to keep earning that paycheck. Let's see. Let's continue. Oh, shit. Hold up. I gotta get my place back. In July 2021, Miss Faraji developed issues with her left ovary and was advised it could be cancer. With a fourth biopsy scheduled, she explained her situation to Mr. Bayless, hoping that he would take pity on her and cease his advances. Instead, Mr. Bayless told her that he wanted to be with her. I was right, see? Faraji panicked and began rambling that there were cameras everywhere, that she has a child, and that she does not want him. My cat just tried to eat my foot down here. Bayless then grabbed her hands, began kissing them, and offered her $1.5 million to have sex. $1.5 million for one time to have sex. Holy shit. How long has it been since Skip Bayless and Ernestine consummated the marriage, if you know what I'm saying? What the actual F I also found out Skip Bayless makes about $3 million a year when he was at FS1. I'm sure he makes a fraction of that now. So this was like half his salary. Half his salary. Brother, you are in Los Angeles. You could find women. I've seen pictures of Faraji. You could find women that are even better looking than Faraji for like $1,000 if you're going to go that route. $1.5 million? You're just absolutely insane. You've absolutely lost the plot. You've lost your mind. Okay? No pussy is worth $1.5 million. It just isn't. And I mean, credit to Faraji for telling him no, but I think she probably should have told him yes. Take the money and then leave. I'd be like, give me the money first and then just bolt. Leave the country if you got to. Fuck him. You know what I mean? $1.5 million. Skip Bayless couldn't get the job done, couldn't get the deal sealed for $1.5 million. That is hilarious. Approximately 1 week later, Bayless made another advance on Faraji. And Faraji responded, Skip, stop. You have a wife. Bayless responded, aren't you Muslim? Doesn't your dad have three to four wives? By the way, really curious to see what Ernestine has to think about all this. What does Skip's wife think about this right now? I noticed on YouTube they've been doing a lot of podcasting together. I wonder if that was recorded before this came out. Faraji responded that her father was dead, and when Mr. Bayless looked taken aback, she made an excuse to leave. On April 12th, 2022, Bayless texted Faraji, I'm good today. The text meant that he would not be coming in for hair or makeup. On April 13th, 2022, Bayless texted Faraji, not comfortable coming down there, just do what you need to do, it's okay. Faraji asked him what was wrong. He replied, same stuff, worse. Faraji, concerned with her own job, walked into Bayless' fitting room to see if everything was okay. Bayless answered the door, and before Faraji could speak, he began to angrily accuse Faraji of fucking Shannon Sharpe. Yes, so around the time that Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe were at each other, it was because Bayless was under the false belief that she had slept with Shannon Sharpe, and that hurt Bayless's pride. So all those times that Bayless was sitting there saying, you wish you could play at the 45 like Tom Brady, or who cares if you're a Hall of Famer, or when they clashed over the DeMar Hamlin stuff, or whatever the hell they clashed over the last year they were at FS1 where the friction was, it was all due to Bayless's insecurities because he was convinced Faraji slept with Shannon Sharpe, which didn't even happen. But this little man used off-air beef that was not even true against Shannon Sharpe on air. And so it really makes you look at those arguments in different context, really, than what we thought it was. Faraji tried to explain that she did not have any feelings towards Mr. Sharpe, and she had never slept with him or any other talent member or employee at Fox. But before she could speak, Bayless demanded she come to his car after the show. Faraji responded that she could not come and sit in his car as it was inappropriate. Mr. Bayless grew irate, then left. So he got to the point where it's like he wanted her in his car. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and speculate what he wanted to do in said car, or what maybe he could have forced on her in said car, because it didn't happen. But he wanted her in the car, and she felt uncomfortable, and when she told him that, he threw a hissy fit like we know he does. On April 16th, 2022, Bayless called Faraji. Faraji did not answer the call because she was scared. And then she called him back 10 minutes later. On the call, Bayless again angrily accused Faraji of fucking Shannon Sharpe and said that he could tell from her body language that she was fucking him. Bayless was so pissed. He's so upset at the idea that Shannon Sharpe was banging this hairdresser when he is a married man. He is a married man. Faraji tried to explain that she was kind to all talent, and that included laughing and engaging in conversation. Faraji then asked if he was yelling at her because she refused to go to his car. Bayless answered that she shouldn't talk to him like that. Faraji replied that she could respond however she wanted. Bayless then angrily stated that he heard her and Mr. Sharpe talk about her vagina. Faraji knew this to be untrue, and she was embarrassed and angry. So Bayless was either imagining things and being delusional, or at this point he was lying. Faraji knew this to be untrue and was embarrassed and angry. Okay. Faraji responded that even if she had been dating Mr. Sharpe, which she wasn't, it wouldn't matter at all because she only had a professional relationship with Bayless. Oh, that cut deep into Skip. Faraji's like, well, if I wanted to fuck Shannon, I would. What? What are you going to say about it? On April 17th, 2022, Faraji arrived in the makeup room, approximately 12 feet by 30 feet, containing 3 makeup and hair sections, turned on a recording device and put it on the table, and waited for Bayless to arrive. In the meantime, 2 of Faraji's co-workers, who were privy to Skip's actions, went into the talent members' rooms, adjacent to the makeup room, to listen to the conversation. Mr. Bayless knew that the makeup room was always recorded and clearly states, "The room is bugged." During their conversation, Bayless stated that he would hate her for her to lose her job, but she can't be doing a big thing with my arch rival. What the actual fuck? The guy knows the room is bugged and he says it out loud anyway, and he's still complaining about, oh, you're going to have sex with my arch rival, Shannon Sharpe, and that just ate at him. She responded by reiterating that being polite to Shannon is part of her job. Skip responded, bullshit, 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 I'm calling bullshit on you. Bayless then warned that he doesn't want her to lose her job over this. Faraji responded that she wasn't going to lose her job because she is a great hairdresser. Bayless responded, I have love for you, and I have for 6 years, and you hurt me, and you are ruining this. Skip, she was never into you. Faraji then again responded that she must be polite to all talent. Bayless then implied that if he stopped requesting her, it would affect her job. Faraji responded that she is scheduled to work every morning at 5:45 a.m. And if he would like to get his hair done, he is welcome to sit in her chair. I like to see that she's fighting back a little bit. You know, early on, she seemed like she was kind of like, I'm not American. I don't know what you're talking about. Now she's like, look here, man. No, this is how it's going to go. I like that she's fought back. I like that she did the lawsuit. I'm the type that if I really think something's a frivolous lawsuit, I'll tell y'all. Bayless continued to threaten her job. Faraji knew that he was trying to pressure her into having sex with him, but she kept repeating that she was a professional and that had to be kind to all talent. On August 21st, 2023, Kim Beavis, yes, Beavis, Fox Sports Executive Vice President of Human Resources and Business Operations and Miss Drucker asked Bayless for a meeting. When Bayless arrived, Beavis and Dunker told Bayless not to worry and that his job was safe. The two then started interrogating him on whether he had a romantic relationship with Faraji and whether she had offered him sex. Whether she offered him sex. They wanted to paint her as the one offering the sex. Bayless responded truthfully that she had never offered him sex. They again told him not to worry, that his job was safe, heavily implying they wanted him to say otherwise. Either Skip didn't get the hint or what? But they were wanting a way to throw Faraji under the bus. The circular conversation took place for approximately 20 minutes. Following the meeting, Mr. Dixon called Bayless and asked why he just didn't lie. Bayless responded that he cares about Faraji, and Dixon responded, "Who cares? I could get you a better looking hairstylist." Yes, so Skip was actually in love with the woman that didn't love him. Dixon didn't care. He's like, I can get you another hairstylist. They wanted to cover all their tracks, and they didn't. In late August 2023, Bayless learned that Sharp and Faraji had never been involved romantically. Oh. Subsequently, Bayless pulled Faraji aside for a conversation. During the conversation, Bayless apologized for accusing her of having sex with Shannon, disclosed details regarding his August 21st, 2023 meeting with Human Resources, and further disclosed that Dixon wants Faraji fired because she knew too much and was talking. Bayless also disclosed that he believed Mr. Dixon kept his wife on Fox's payroll to keep her silent about his affairs with Fox employees. Mr. Bayless asked Faraji out to dinner to continue the conversation, but Faraji declined. So he was trying the soft approach. He's like, I'm sorry, forgive me, or Dixon's bad. Let's go talk about it at dinner, right? I know what he's doing. He's setting up Dixon as the real enemy, and me and you are banded together. You know, let's bond over this dinner. I know what Skip's trying here. Faraji stated that she cannot do anything that gives an inference of a non-working relationship because she wants to keep her job. On October 20th, 2023, Bayless told Faraji that Dixon had threatened his job because he continuously requested Faraji, stating that he would rather have another pretty girl on Undisputed over Mr. Bayless. Anyway, so we're seeing the cracks form in the foundation of one of the reasons why Skip was on the outs with Fox. I will say, though, that what's interesting about this is I'm not sure if Bayless would have been fired exactly the same way had the ratings not tanked. You guys don't understand. Undisputed FS1, they were number one. They went above First Take. Like Shannon Sharp and Skip, they built something truly amazing. And as soon as Shannon left, they took a break and they came back. And they came back with this all-star cast of Richard Sherman and Michael Irvin and Keyshawn Johnson. They brought all that to replace Shannon Sharp. And the show literally could not get 1/10 the viewership. It was fucking awful. Like, we're talking 50,000 views. Alright? And these are millionaire analysts and commentators and former sports employees working for FS1. 50K ain't gonna cut it. So the ratings alone probably would have got Skip fired. But all this behind the scenes makes it even more apparent why Skip was fired. Totally fired. And I've seen his YouTube channel. There's no way in hell he's making even a fraction of the money that he made at FS1. It would be absurd on its face. And I'm sure he's paying talent. Someone to run the stream. Someone to do his makeup. It looks like it's a somewhat professionally well done thing. So he's paying for employees. This is not going to last. Skip's career is over. It's completely over. Like, watch and see. On December 21st, 2023, Bayless told Faraji that he still loved her and confessed that Dixon was the one who had told him that Faraji was sleeping with Shannon Sharpe. So, Dixon's smart in this aspect. He told Skip that Shannon slept with Faraji because he wanted to drive a wedge between Faraji and Shannon. Or a wedge between Faraji and Skip over Shannon. Dixon kind of wanted Faraji for himself, but he never really loved her like Skip did. So, yeah, they wanted to pass her around like the office blow-up doll, and she just was like, no. Proud woman there, proud woman. I wonder who the baby daddy is, who was lucky enough to get in there, not pay the $1.5 million, and have a kid with her. I don't know. But I don't know what that guy looks like. I don't know what that guy does for a job, but he was able to crack the safe that all these FS1 people couldn't crack. Congratulations for Faraji for standing up to her convictions. Bayless then again tried to have sex with Faraji. What a surprise. Faraji's diary entry for that date states, I said, Skip, I'm only interested in working with you and having friendship relationship with you and nothing else. He said, you have no idea, you are losing everything. I don't know what he means by that, and I hope he doesn't take me off the show. It makes me sick to my stomach, and it's really hard for me to work like this. I hope God helps me because Fox is supporting people like Charlie and Skip. So good thing she has the diary entries, right? She's got some evidence, some recordings. You know, we've gathered up proper evidence, and I really hope she wins her lawsuit. I really do. I really think she's got a great case here. Let's see. What else we got? I do apologize for the video being so long. I just want to be thorough with this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I haven't uploaded to you guys in a while, and I know this isn't the usual topic we talk about, but I found this story very interesting, and so I hope you don't mind that I'm going over it with you guys. You know, this channel is more of just my personal interests more than anything. On December 17, 2023, one of Miss Faraji's coworkers was indefinitely taken off the schedule after she took offense to bullying and racist comments made by a Fox NFL host. Over the next few months, Faraji made it known amongst the department that, if needed, she would speak out on her coworker's behalf. Miss Poretti responded, if it's so hard for you here, why don't you quit? That's a fair question. Portery also later commented, I don't regret anything I did to coworker or different coworkers. This was especially cruel as she knew one of the coworkers had tried to commit, On approximately June 24, 2024, a talent member disclosed to Miss Faraji that Undisputed was going to be canceled and that Mr. Bayless was going to be fired. Faraji grew internally anxious that Dixon was trying to get her fired. He just pulled the plug on the whole fucking thing. You know, if Skip was still doing monster ratings, maybe he would have been on the air still. But with the bad ratings and this behind the scenes, it was an easy, let's just rip this up. Later that week, on Monday, Faraji gave Bayless a haircut. During the haircut, Bayless told her about a new opportunity he was expecting outside of Fox. Miss Faraji asked if he would still be coming back to Undisputed, and he replied, of course. Mr. Bayless then told Faraji that he fantasizes about having sex with her and asked how much money it would take for her to have sex with him. Faraji stated that she already refused $1.5 million and that her answer wasn't going to change. Bayless replied, the more you say no, the more I want you. Yeah, this guy's a freak and a creep. And he got his comeuppance. Because on August 2nd, 2024, Undisputed was canceled. Mr. Bayless was fired, and Faraji was taken off the schedule. Portery told Faraji that there was no longer a need for her. That same day, Bayless asked Faraji to walk him to his car on his way out. Faraji felt that she had no choice but to walk him to his car. I disagree. I think she could have just not done that. At that point, that guy's a complete fucking asshole to you. Wouldn't do it. Once at his car, they noticed Mr. Dixon in the parking lot looking at them. Bayless told Faraji, "Fuck Charlie. If you want to sue them, go for it. Fuck them. Charlie is not going to sleep tonight. He's scared of what I'm going to tell you. Fuck him." So it's funny. It's hilarious. Bayless is like, he's the kind of guy that he will burn his own house down to burn somebody else's house down. He's like, you know what? Just, they fired me. Go for the jugular. Do the lawsuit. Which means he knows damn well that includes her talking about Skip. He didn't give a two shits. If Ernestine don't leave him, something is wrong with Ernestine at this point. Right? Obviously, that's a ton. That's not the entire lawsuit, not even close. And if you guys want to read the full lawsuit, there's a PDF file online for it. But I wanted to highlight these points. I saw this article that really broke it down piece by piece. And I just wanted to go over it and what I think should happen. So, this is assuming everything's true. You know, I know that's a big assumption. But if there's, with the evidence, you know, I do believe Faraji was right. I do believe she should be awarded money. She's going to get her $1.5 million from Skip a different way, if you know what I mean. Probably more millions of dollars coming her way. What happened to her is a complete joke. Shouldn't happen in any workplace. You know, Skip's a piece of shit. I'm glad he's fired. I hope he's done. I hope he needs to go retire. His wife needs to divorce him. And he needs to seek some counseling. Or at the very least, learn to buy cheaper hookers. Because $1.5 million to get laid is absolutely insane. Go on Pornhub, brother. But yeah. Anyway, guys. I hope you liked me going over this story. I know it was a bit long-winded. But I much appreciate your view. If you actually stuck through the entire video, let me know in the comments below if you actually stuck through the entire video. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Helps the channel out. Get out to more people. You know, we're going to be covering gaming stuff, sports, movies, TV shows. The stuff I'm interested in on this channel. I have a second channel called Lolcow Clout Chasers, where we cover internet drama, and I go crazy on people like Review Tech and Boogie and Nick Ricada and Chris Chan, and I lose my goddamn mind. So if you want to sub there, Lolcow Clout Chasers. But here on this channel, you know, you're not going to get too many long article reads like these, but I really felt passionate about reading this one, because I've watched Skip and Shannon for years. I thought the falling out was weird, and now we have a better understanding of what was going on behind the scenes around the time of the firing, what led up to it, the years worth of stuff. And also, I'm completely shocked by Joy Taylor's response out of all this, how she treated Faraji, and how much of a hoe bag she is. Like, that's hilarious to talk about, that Joy Taylor is a complete fucking slut with receipts. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. That's it. Peace. Have a good one. I'm out.